other topic I want to talk about was coping strategies. So, whether you know it or not, now recently, I kind of knew it, but I didn't really think about it properly. How many coping strategies I've had in place because of high anxiety, and and this crosses over to, well, this is all of us. This is not just autistic, neurodivergent, it's allistics as well. So coping strategies. So there's like many different coping strategies that we all do because life is busy. We can make it too busy and our anxiety can be high. It can be how we process information, things that happen to us, not dealing with past issues or triggers, not able to even, because you can't blame somebody if they can't. So coping strategies are things like, because it releases tension and anxiety, are binge eating, for comfort. I've done that. Yeah, I'll eat something and it brings me comfort. I mean, you can have enjoyment in food, but that can become a problem. That's what we're trying to cure. If you think about it, I'm not judging anybody. Please, nothing like that. Not even for a minute. I know that we need those things sometimes, and it's really hard because I understand, because you've got this extensive anxiety and stress, so we're looking in our brain for something that's a positive for us, that gives us a comfort and helps relieve some of that stress. So we look to something. So we look to, say, like eating, and we know we have a momentary comfort from eating that food, and it can be a release, and to be released from that anxiety and stress and upset is such a massive thing that then our brain kind of gets trained then. So then the problem isn't just the stress and anxiety now, it's a problem of being sort of addicted to food, say. So you're replacing it, you're using the food. And then another coping strategy is drinking, which is a massive not a problem, but well, maybe issue in Britain is drinking, because of not enough mental health support to show us how to relieve stress and tension without using all these outside sources, because then that drinking can become the problem as well as the stress and anxiety. So we're trying to replace it, what's available out there, what's quick, and then it can be a problem. And like smoking as well. I mean, people can enjoy doing all these things. I'm not judging anyone, and without it being an issue, right? But when you've got high levels of anxiety and stress, they can become that thing, addiction, that you help to try and manage your anxiety and stress and traumas, is through these things, because it's a momentary release, isn't it? And self-harming becomes a thing, and all of these things can become addictive because of we haven't got the tools to manage our stress and anxiety properly, or in environments where we're not being understood. So the only place to go and release it is through these things. So I know it's about survival, and ultimately, in the day, that survival is these addictions that kind of help us through that. Also, did you know that when we talk negatively to ourselves, when we say nasty things to ourselves, because maybe we grew up with people, well, I did anyway, criticising nearly every move I made because mine was different from their reactions. I used to have my coping strategy was bad self-talk. I would be nasty to myself. So then when I was trying to do something, if you think about it, if I'm telling myself in my head, oh, I'm really rubbish at that, I can't do that, I'm not going to be able to do it then, am I? Because mental strength is what can help us do things. If we're already telling ourselves we can't do it, then it's going to make it a million times harder. I was running the other day. My mental head was really strong, and I thought about the difference of when I ran, when I'm being upset, is massively different. I can't run as far. I don't enjoy it. It's really hard. And the mental thing makes a massive difference. So see, when I'm running, I'm thinking. But I'm using the thinking for, why do I do this? How do I do this? So self-talk is actually a coping strategy, and I do appreciate, because when I stopped doing bad self-talk, it took a while, because it's a scary thing to stop that coping strategy if you haven't got anything else in place. So sometimes you've got to do it little by little, because the brain starts to get really scared when things change, you know, and it's just like, oh God, you know, something really bad will happen now if I don't tell myself I'm rubbish. I remember doing that. And it's not funny, I don't mean it that way, but for me, when I remember it, I had to do it because my security, I'm rubbish, I need to remember I'm rubbish, so I would tell myself I'm rubbish. So there are loads of coping strategies that we do to try to manage our stress and anxiety and trauma and everything, which end up as addictions and actually end up counterproductive in the end. At the time, it might work. It's like another coping strategy I used to do, which I do still do a bit, is split my personality. So I kind of like put on a certain voice in certain situations, act a certain way in certain situations. I'm more leveled now, but it took me a while to sort that out, because being neurodivergent, I had to adapt to each situation because I couldn't be me. So I had to change to suit those situations. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about coping strategies. There's loads. Coping things that we use that are negative. We don't know that they are. So, there's about 10 I thought of, and now I can't remember them all now. But I never really thought about the fact that these were negative ones that we reach to, and that's why we end up addicted to them. I hope this was helpful. Take care.